So Josh, I hear that you're such like a health nut. Like, who do you look for inspiration for eating or diet?
There's this nutritionist, Kimberly Snyder, who I really enjoy, and she writes this great blog, and I'm signed up to her newsletter, so whenever she writes a new blog, I get an email, and it's like, ooh, what does Kimberly have to say today? And I follow her on Twitter.
Didn't she work with other celebrities too, right? I think Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore, Fergie. I think she worked on like the Avengers movies and helped them so they fit in their costumes, and I think she worked on 21 Jump Street. I forget, she's worked with lots of, it's really cool. I think it's KimberlySnyder.net is her website. Her Twitter is like at Kim's Beauty Detox, and I recently lost to 12 pounds. I wasn't a fat person before, and a lot of people are like, oh Josh, you lost a lot of weight. I'm like, was I fat? I wasn't fat, but I'm just healthier now, and I'm leaner, and I'm feeling good about that.
Can you give us a tip? What's a good health tip?
I've added a lot of plant-based items to my diet. I'm eating a lot more vegetables, which have lots of fiber, and they fill you up. I've cut out a lot of my meat and dairy. I cut out dairy which is hard because I love cheese. I adore cheese. There's nothing like a good cheese plate. But other than that, I've eliminated my dairy by like 90%, and I think it's made a difference because we're the only species that consumes another animal's milk, which is, when you think about it, that's kind of strange that like milk from cows was meant for baby calves, and it has nutrients for baby calves. So when we're eating that and putting that in our bodies, we don't digest it that well, and it ends up just clogging us up and staying in us, and our body has to work extra hard. And so while our body's doing that extra work, it's not doing other things. It's not detoxifying us. It's not making our skin glow. So by giving our body less problems, our liver is kind of like this great hotel manager who maintains our whole body. But when he's not maintaining it, if he's also plays like the bouncer. So if we put like toxic stuff and chemicals in, the liver is like a bouncer. He's like, get out of here. So, and it does good. Our liver is awesome. Our liver is like throws out all the riffraff. But as long as it's throwing out all the riffraff, it's not doing all the other good, awesome things the liver does. So that's why I've been avoiding like chemicals, like avoiding high fructose corn syrup, which is disturbing. That stuff's in everything, and it's like poison.
How is it on the Glee set? I wonder what the craft service is like, because isn't Leah Michelle a vegan and several cast members vegans?
Yeah, they're pretty healthy, but there's a lot of the crew also is not healthy, and there's donuts and all sorts of other things that look tempting to the eyes, and I have to tell myself, no, that's not good for me. And like a couple years ago, I had some of those, and I always feel guilty. I'm an emotional eater. Like, it looks good and I love it and I hate it, and I know I'll feel bad after. But there's always fruit, and now they have almond milk, and so there's always good options. You have choices, and it's hard. And like during the Britney episode where I had a naked scene in Sue Sylvester's office, I was like, okay, I'm going to be naked. I'm not going to eat anything, and I'm going to be so good. But then you're there on set for sometimes like 8-9 hours, and it's like. And other people were making themselves sandwiches, and it looked so good, so I made myself a sandwich too. And I was like, I made a good sandwich, and I'm gonna make myself another. And I was like, oh no. So I ended up eating 2 sandwiches before my naked scene.